Welcome back to Not Qualified. This week we are not qualified to think it or say it. And good Lord, believe me when I tell you I am not excited for this episode. We just finished watching possibly the worst piece of media ever created, The Bye Bye Man. Just finished 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Joe?
You had already seen it.
Yes, this was my godforsaken second viewing.
You had told me it was bad.
Was I right?
You were you were right. I just guess I doubted how bad it was going to be. You had said you'd put it like 96 or something like that.
It might have fallen.
It might have gone even for... I mean, man, that movie sucked real bad. There's the thing with horror movies, right? They're either like awesome, or like, oh, that's a pretty interesting concept, or they suck.
Or they're terrible.
Or they're so bad they're funny.
Yeah.
And this wasn't funny. No. It was just bad.
It was probably the worst. Okay, so we watched a lot of horror movies in high school.
Yeah,
we would just like late at night browse Netflix or the internet or whatever and just find anything we could watch. Mm-hmm. We found some great hidden gems that way.
Yeah.
And we found some really hilariously bad gems that way. Mm-hmm. And this was neither. This was just bad.
It was just bad, man.
Just all around bad. What baffled me about The Bye Bye Man, beyond the fact that a movie with that title ever got greenlit by a studio, is that this wasn't a B movie. This wasn't like a low-budget, crappy horror movie that you would find on Netflix late at night. This was an A-list, worldwide release, big budget movie. I don't know what the budget was actually, but I mean it was a wide release. I remember when this came out. The fact that this movie made it through every level of production without getting canned is insane.
All right.
Can we just start with the reviews because they're so funny?
Yeah, just a second.
Okay.
Give me your guess on the Bye Bye Man's budget. Don't go too crazy high. It wasn't a great film. It wasn't like movie studio blockbuster quality.
Right.
How much money would you spend on the amount of quality you saw in that movie?
Honestly, or what I think it
what
was?
What do you think it probably was?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of any effects that were in that movie because there weren't. There was a weird guy in a cloak with prosthetic makeup.
And a hamburger dog.
And then there was some blood. Some fake blood.
Yeah, what do you think those three things would have cost?
$10 million.
It was less than that, actually.
Okay, cool.
But can you imagine spending $7.4 million on what you got?
They probably spent it all on Carrie. What's her name?
Carrie-Anne Moss.
They probably spent the whole budget on her.
They probably did. I wouldn't doubt it.
The only recognizable actors in this movie. So, start with acting. The acting was terrible. I mean, all around.
Just bad. And it's not even like... The script was bad. The script was horrible. And it's not like the case of a good actor with a bad script, so they at least, Nope, they were the bad actors.
I think...
Bad script.
The worst thing about this movie was the writing. The script was laughably bad. There's one scene in particular that stands out, which is... the... Spoiler alert... The Bye Bye Man. I guess. Oh gosh, I hate this.
Bro, you said it. Why? You don't even think it, man.
We have to just give the overview of the plot.
Yeah.
To even talk about it. Okay.
So much.
I've seen it twice, so.
You know it better than me.
Yeah. So, also, if you're listening and not watching on YouTube, we're eating popcorn, which is why we sound like this.
Yeah.
So, in the Bye Bye Man, there is a guy and his girlfriend and his best friend. They're in college and they move into this house and they find a nightstand with a coin in it, which is never explained. I don't know why there's a coin.
The coins don't mean anything.
Nothing means anything in this movie. So, whatever. Skip to the junk. They find out there's scribbles all over this nightstand that says, "Don't think it, don't say it." And then inside is written, I'm about to say it, so I do apologize. The Bye Bye Man. It's too late. You didn't cover your other ear. And if you say his name, you summon him, and you don't want that to happen because he he's vaguely bad. I don't know what he does. The movie is not clear about what the Bye-Bye Man does. He can't actually physically hurt you until the very end where he tosses a corpse over the banister.
And moves a nightstand out of a river.
Yeah, so
I don't know, man.
Yeah. So maybe he can physically hurt you, but what he really does is he makes you go crazy. Which, a movie I love is... A horror movie I love is Oculus.
Yeah.
Oculus is a great movie.
So I'm
reading a review. And in Oculus... You like Oculus, right?
Yeah, I like that movie a lot.
It's a great movie.
It was really fun.
And what's so great about it is that it messes with your mind. You don't know what's real and what's not real. You don't know if what you're seeing is what the characters are seeing or what's really there.
Yeah.
And it does that great. And the reason it works is because the rules are clearly defined.
Yeah.
The mirror in Oculus can only do so much. It can only do so much based on how powerful it is, and it gets more powerful the more things it absorbs, etc. Over time. It makes sense.
Yeah.
This movie does not lay out any rules. The Bye-Bye Man can do whatever. I guess he can make you see anything, which makes me wonder why he makes you see why he makes these characters see what they see.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem to be the most effective strategy. And what's his goal? To kill them? I don't know.
I don't know. And half the time he doesn't even kill them.
No. So the main character thinks his girlfriend is sleeping with his best friend, and there's this... I don't even know where to begin. Bro, I hate this. You talk a little bit.
I'm just really... We had said this at the end of the movie when we just finished it. If he can make you imagine whatever you want, right? You said his name, you thought it, you did all the crap, and now I guess he infects your mind. I don't know. The movie was never really clear on it.
And he can kind of compel you to say his name.
And he can kind of compel you to say the name to spread the disease.
Right. So the idea is the main character wants to kill everyone who knows the name and then kill himself. Spoiler alert, he does that. And then at the very end, one of them survives. And says the name to Carrie-Anne Moss, who then looks directly at the camera, and the movie ends.
I'm sorry, I gotta give it a second.
Also, okay, so the Bye-Bye Man himself looks like the least scary thing I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
He's he looks like Darth Sidious mixed with a Skrull from Captain Marvel.
He looked like that orc from The Hobbit, the one without an arm. That's literally what he looked like.
Yeah. But he pointed.
Yeah, he pointed.
He would point.
He didn't touch anything, and he had a
he did. He did this.
Oh. Ding dong, and it rung his doorbell head. Oh, this movie sucks.
Man, okay.
So like you had said, he could do anything, and he can make you imagine anything, and for whatever reason, he just decides to make you feel insecure about your relationship. That's the worst thing he could have done. And then for whatever reason, it worked, and he ended up killing his best friend and his girlfriend.
You said maybe he wants to make people feel insecure because he's insecure about his stupid name.
Man, this movie sucks.
Okay, let's take a break and talk about some of the positive things about the movie.
Right, onto the reviews. These are all Google reviews. And since it's a bad movie, we're like, okay, we get it. It's a bad movie. What do the people who love this movie say? Well, there aren't any. This movie is a true classic. The entire thing is centralized in a world of cybernetically enhanced elephants. And the main character is an elephant named Machado Bingo. He's the youngest in his family, and he strives to become the leader of his Kuanda, or tribe. But he has only 2 legs. He goes on an emotional journey after a political upheaval takes place, and a wise old rat tells him that he was prophesied as the chosen one to restore order. This movie really made me cry, especially the iceberg scene. What a scene. That and the industrial dance number are probably some of the best pieces of cinematography I've ever seen. Seriously, though, I don't want to give any spoilers, but this movie is great for fans of fantasy, dystopian films, and elephants in general. This one comes from Gord777. So many inconsistencies, it's laughable. The Bible Man walks around after a one-night stand with a hippo pointing his piano fingers everywhere. And then it's about as scary as Owen Wilson's nose. The best scene in the movie is when the wheelchair guy crawling about the floor is looking for his bag of MCAT. Also, the fact that Elliot's brother's name is Virgil alone instantly puts this masterpiece at a solid 1.5 out of 100. Avoid it at all costs. From Nick, The Bye Bye Man is an anime based in Florida. It takes place in Florida. 3 college friends are in college and they stumble upon a book saying bye bye on it. They are afraid. And before they know it, they are the guest stars of Lost. This may seem confusing, but when you see this movie, you will agree. Honestly, I think this movie's amazing. All the negative are from deadbeats who call themselves culinary artists. I myself went to Harvard. I am a journalist who studies biology. I recommend this movie to anyone who has a mental disability. Yeah, this movie's bad. I don't recommend it. Here's the thing. We can make fun of it because it's bad. But it wasn't one of those things that was bad that you can make fun of in the moment.
It was not so bad it was good.
No.
At all.
It wasn't a good, bad movie. It was just a bad movie. It was really bad. It was very bad.
I don't know. Man, there's also... The dialogue was terrible. I almost said laughable, but it wasn't funny. It was just bad.
It was just horrible.
Horribly written.
There's a scene, because the Bye Bye Man makes you hallucinate, and you just gotta roll with the punches, and either you make a mistake and shoot somebody or you don't. Well, he goes to see the main culprits, the guy from like 40 years ago, the newspaper articleist, whatever you want to call him, journalist. Didn't tell his wife the name, and so she survived all this time. And the main character goes to see her to say, "How do you survive? How did you survive the whole thing?" And she's like, "I never even knew about the whole thing." She goes to stoke the fire, and the main character sees her light on fire, and she goes, "Help me!" And he's gonna shoot her. He aims the gun at her.
She says, "Help!" And she's on fire, and he points a gun at her.
Like he was gonna shoot her to help. I don't know, man.
There's also, I feel like they're trying to make you think, like at the end, I don't even know how to... They have the whole thing with the... Spoiler alert, the guy kills himself. And the the Bye Bye Man throws his girlfriend's corpse over the banister.
For whatever reason.
I don't know why. And then his brother, Virgil, and Virgil's daughter are there. They leave because his brother can bottle up his emotions really well.
Yeah, he got over it super quickly.
Then he's like, the daughter's like, "Oh, I saw this name on a nightstand, or writing on a nightstand." He's like, "What did it say?" Like he's suspicious for some reason. And she says, "You silly boy, you wackadoodle. Don't you know that I can't read in the dark? What am I, a flashlight?" So, okay.
Yeah.
This, to me, encapsulates a lot of what's wrong with the writing. First of all, no kid would ever say that. No person would ever react this way.
No.
On either character. And two, if she can't read it, she's acting like she doesn't know what it says because she can't read in the dark. But she knew there was writing in the dark.
I don't have answers for you, man. I just know.
Have you ever in your life been able to know there was writing without being able to read it? Without having that knowledge previously? Have you ever been able to stumble into a dark room and find writing on a wall where it's just light enough that you can see the writing, but it's just dark enough that you can't read it? Anyway.
No.
And then so that's the fake out. They make you think, oh no, she's going to know the name, and then she doesn't. And then they just cut away back to the scene, and out of nowhere they pull out, oh, the best friend survived, and he's going to tell everyone the name.
Yeah. For
no reason, just a cheap... Also, the movie was full of cheap jump scares that just... No build up. Just bad jump scares. Just startle you from out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The actors were all terrible. And the... Hey, but no, there was that one cool scene There's that one cool shot where the little girl opens the closet and then the hot dog head comes out of the other side. That was the one redeeming quality.
Hamburger dog picks his head out and then goes away. The one shot, I was like, that was kind of neat. That was it. It was the only worthwhile thing in this movie. It's not even worth the journey. It's just bad. It's just bad. I'm going to give it a score, and then I want to finish this episode. I hate this movie. I'm going to say probably 90. I'm going to say 98, 99, 99. I don't think it was the worst movie I've seen. I don't even remember what I originally said. Delta Farce. I think Delta Farce I said was originally my 100 because it was so bad. We took the DVD out and then crushed it and threw it away because it sucked so much. And this sucked. 98. I will say 98. It sucked, but at least, I got to laugh at it a little bit. I got to find humor in it. God, it sucked. Man,
I don't know if this is my number 100 or not. And I know... what was my original number 100? Was it Hotel Transylvania 2?
I think so.
I'll leave that there for now. I haven't seen that since I first watched it. So, we'll see. Maybe I'll rewatch that, and then this will bump down to my 100. But I guess I'll have to leave it at a 99, yeah.
Yeah.
It was close to the worst thing I've ever seen because it wasn't enjoyable, had no redeeming qualities, and... I hate that it exists. It's not just that I hate it. It's that I hate that it was able to exist.
Yeah, and I think the only reason it's not 99 or even 100 is because I, for whatever reason, found things to laugh at because I was watching with somebody else. If you watch this alone, I don't think you're going to like this movie in even the slightest amount.
Unless, like that review said... this movie is perfect for PF. There's no redeeming qualities. It's not going to be enjoyable. Don't watch it.
It's bad.
Not even with friends. Don't watch it. Don't think it. Don't say it. Bye. That was painful.